Hello, this is Craig from bitsbox.co.uk. This is the latest in our Army Showcase videos. In this video I'm showcasing my Emerald Aces Space Marine chapter. So if you've watched our Tainting of Odysseus campaign, you may be familiar with these guys. There's a few new additions to the army since that campaign was filmed. Now I'm going to go through each squad in detail, as you're probably used to now in each of these videos. So, we will start with the Chapter Master Killmister. The bike was made from the Forge World Outriders kit. So obviously I wanted to give him something special, as he's the Chapter Master. And he's on bike, because these are a White Scars successor chapter. So they do use the White Scars rules. So he's got a Shield Eternal Thunderhammer. The Thunderhammer is actually magnetised. So it just pops right off. I do have a Flaming Sword for his arm somewhere as well, if we want to use that relic, but I normally use the Shield Eternal with the Thunderhammer. So we have a model here, which I use to represent Kasaro Khan. So he's got a power sword. And a Space Wolf's head sort of makes him sort of looks a bit like Khan, I suppose. But you can sort of tell that's who he's meant to be, or who he's meant to represent rules-wise at least. And then we have his command squad. So there's 2 plasma guns. There's also a company champion who I've put on a bike. And he's Rogue Legs from Ravenwing bots, as well as a few other bits and pieces to convert him, so you can sort of tell he's a company champion. We have a flag bearer. So the ace is obviously their chapter symbol. It's black with white on top of it, so it's sort of like a sort of black border with a white ace. All these aces have been sculpted with green stuff onto their bikes, so they look fairly similar. They're not always perfect, mind you, as I sculpted them all freely. They're not from a mould or anything. Every model, where applicable, they will have it on their shoulder pad as well, along with these checkered patterns. You see how the checkered pattern runs on all the bikes as well. Bit of a nightmare to paint if you're doing a lot of Marines. So we have 3 bike squads, all armed identically as well. 2 grav guns, combi grav on the sergeant, attack bike with melta gun. You know, a bit cheesy maybe, but it works fantastic in game. So there's this squad, and they have their sergeant here. Another theme in this army is that all the sergeants are in Mark IV power armour. I do use a few other various marks as well. You can see this guy got a Mark V head. See, this guy's got like Mark IV legs. He's just got a bare head though, so no Mark IV helmet on him. But you'll notice that throughout the army. Has a Mark VI guy on the attack bike. I don't know why I've given him Mark IV. I think it's just a little theme I want to run with the army. There's no really sort of fluff reason behind it. Just thought it'd be quite cool. There's a nice armour mark, and of course with Betrayal at Kelf, it's quite easy to get the bits for now. So this is a tactical squad sergeant. He's got the chapter logo up there. That's just a pure black ace. Probably the only one in the army, so I'll probably paint the white middle on that. There's his squad, various different shoulder pads and armour marks all sort of mixed in. But again, it's Mark IV for the sergeant. This guy actually uses a Mark V kit from Forge World. And I've sculpted the chapter symbol on his chest as well as his shoulder pad. As you'll notice, they've all got the small size bases apart from one. Here's my test subject for the tabletop adapters. You may have seen my video for that on this channel. As you can see, it sort of works flawlessly on top. You really cannot tell unless you look very closely that he's had an adapter. So I will be doing all the other Marines that require it. There's just these Marines in one of the Devastator squads. We have a Doridio Dreadnought. Lovely model, great in the game as well. He's the only model that hasn't got a gloss varnish over him, sort of representing that he's quite ancient. But all the other Marines have got a gloss varnish. So we have Centurions, again with the checkered shoulder pads. No conversion work on these guys, apart from, of course, a Mark IV head. So Mark IV head on the Sergeant. So we have 3 Devastator squads. This is the first Devastator squad, and you can see they're on the smaller bases. Again, Mark IV Sergeant. Bionic leg on this one. So these all have missile launchers. And these ones all have grav cannons, and you can see them there on the large bases. It's quite interesting to compare the Marines on the old and the new size bases. It makes you wonder how we went so long on these small bases. Now that we've moved up to 32 mils, the old bases just look so silly, sort of in comparison, at least in my opinion. I have loads of Marines, and you've seen loads of my Chaos are on them as well. But yeah, just 32 is just so much better. Smart move by GW. Maybe 10 years later than they should have done, but now it's almost bigger bases, and the Marines just stand out so much better now, and they look a lot better on these larger bases. So yeah, again, Mark IV for the Sergeant, and then just regular grav cannon guys from the Devastator set. No really conversion work on these. Just put the chapter symbol sculpted on the shoulder pad as always. And exactly the same for the las cannon guys. Just all standard. There's a couple of Mark VI kneeling down guys. And then lastly, we have an assault squad. So I do want to add another one of these so I can do the Skyhammer formation. I know it's nasty and cheesy, but the Emerald Aces are a bit of a cheesy. Using the White Scars rules and that. They did very well in that campaign. But yeah, I do have drop pods for them, but they're not painted. I will need to buy another assault squad just to run the Skyhammer. I'd really like to do that and try it out on a bat rep in the future. I can't say when. We're not really playing 40k a lot recently, but you'll certainly be seeing these in a bat rep at some stage. Whenever I say something like that, that could mean months. It's amazing how time just flies by between each game we manage to get in on camera. So that is my Emerald Aces. I have no idea how many points they are actually. I do want to add so much more to them. As far as Space Marines are concerned, I only really have any interest in these and Death Watch. I do have Crimson Fists as well, and I'll just be painting up my outstanding stuff for them, but I certainly won't be adding anything else to them. Everything else will just go to these guys now. You'll probably see the Crimson Fists in one of these videos at a later date. But for now, that is the Emerald Aces. A chapter I made up myself. I'm really proud of them. Love the card scheme, and yeah, hopefully I'll have a lot more to them in the future, and maybe I'll do an updated video in a few years' time. I have actually had I did do another video for these a few years ago on one of my other channels. For anyone who might think they're familiar, who haven't seen the campaign. So yeah, it's the Emerald Aces. So as always, thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video, and I will see you all again.